What's up, y'all? This is Tucson Tiago, and welcome to the tea party. Today, the tea is hot and ratchet. So let's start off with Miss Erica Petty Ass Dixon, Scrappy's baby mom from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She's spilling some of her own tea. She says that Scrappy called her 21 times before popping the question to Love and Hip Hop's Atlanta Bambi. Erica says that Scrappy was trying to get back with her. According to Erica, he called her old publicist. What does she need a publicist for? And her mother. Maybe he was checking up on the kids. I mean, they do have a child together, but anyway. She said that she's confused because he has yet to have a sit down with everyone and make sure that their daughter Imani is comfortable in all situations. Bye, Erica. While Erica is sounding salty, Bambi and Scrappy have gotten a house together, and Bambi says that Scrappy is the real bridezilla. I would think that his mom would be the real bridezilla, but hey. But anyway, Miss Erica, just have a seat, okay? You are tripping. At first, she says how he called his her old publicist and her mother 21 times, and he was trying to get back with her. But now she's confused because they haven't talked it out with Imani. Okay, that sounds crazy because obviously he didn't have your number because he's calling your old publicist and he's calling your mother. Maybe he was calling to check up on his daughter. Does that sound like it was a reasonable thought? Because, like, that don't make no sense. 21 times to get back with you? No, I think that he was checking on his child, but that's just my thoughts. I think Erica is just a little salty because Erica and Scrappy, they were once engaged, and they aired that on the show, of course. It was all played out on the show, how they were engaged. And she said Bambi was the reason why she ended the engagement because him and Bambi, Scrappy and Bambi, were cheating. So, Erica has her fair share of mistresses with Scrappy because, they live in Atlanta. A lot of women in Atlanta. Scrappy's a former rapper now. I don't know what he's doing, but anyway. What song did he have? I don't know. But anyway, Erica, she just sounds a little salty to me. But hey, she needs to lay off the salt. Take a water pill. She be good. But let's move on to Tamar. Miss Tamar Baxton. Yes, let's move on to her. Tamar dissed her ex-co-worker and seemingly former friend Tamera Mowery from The Real. Remember T and Tamera? Yeah, Tamera was the wild one. Well, actually, she's the good one in real life, but we talking about her. Tamera did a Snapchat Q&A where a fan asked if she was still friends with Tay-Tay, as she used to call her. And she said, of course. But no, Tamar was not here for it. Tamar accused Tamera of using her for publicity. Oh, gosh. Tamar, she's in New Orleans for Toya Wright's brother. Remember, I had a reporter on that. Her two brothers had got shot and fatally murdered. And you can check out my other video about that to find out the tea on that one. But she's down in New Orleans for Toya. This will be her support. And she tweeted out that don't believe the hype. She hasn't spoken to no one, and she's going back to support Toya because real friends don't need press. That kind of contradicts itself. But anyway, then someone called her out and said exactly what I'm thinking. No one was at your son's birthday party, huh? And no one, quotation marks, basically saying like whoever no one is was at your son's birthday party, and you're using press by throwing Toya's name in it. Now I don't know about the birthday party part, but I do know that Tamar, by throwing Toya's name in it, who has nothing to do with it, that's kind of fishy right there. So then Tamar says that the people, whoever no one is, they came and took a pic and left. So they basically just came for a picture and left, and they really didn't even stay for the party. So she tweeted out a few things about how she's not bitter, she's just being honest, and she didn't say anything. She hasn't said anything bad about these people. Lies. And I like Tamar, but girl, it's time to just move on. They ain't say nothing bad about you. Just keep your mouth shut. It's looking unprofessional right now. But anyway, Lonnie Love, she did an interview on the Tom Joyner show, and she said that she wishes Tay the best, and it's been a hard summer for the hosts because everybody's been coming at them. the Tame Martians. That's what she calls her. Tamar calls her group of fiends. The Tame Martians. They've been on the prowl, and she says nobody knew. She's been said this though. Nobody knew that Tamar was getting fired. That I think it's Warner Brothers. They didn't tell anybody, and they still haven't told them why she got fired. But it's been hard for her co-workers because people have been coming at them and abusing them. And I can imagine they probably calling them all types of names. But she said, it needs to stop. And I think it does need to stop. We need to get over it. Tamar, she will be fine. She already bounced back. I mean, I thought it was corny too, but I mean, now it's getting kind of old and petty. And I think Tamar needs to move on with herself and her life because she has a husband, she has a baby. She has a deal with Steve Harvey now for her own show. And she also has music, she said. She said she's working on music. But, girl, just keep your mouth shut because you might be blocking some blessings, as they say, by talking all this pettiness. But anyway, let's move on to some happy news. Let's move on to some baby bumps. There's a couple baby bumps in Hollywood, and I think we should look at them and see how cute they look. Journey Smollett, I hope I said her last name right. She's pregnant, and she looked great at the Hollywood Foreign Press Association annual grant banquet. Damn, that's a long title. She and her husband are expecting their firstborn. Newlywed Tatyana Ali attended for Mom's car seat launch, and she is just absolutely glowing. She just got married to her husband, who's a doctor, Dr. Vaughn Raspberry. He's some guy she met offline. That kind of sounded bad the way I said it, but people find love online now. But she met him online, and she's looking great, and they just got married last month, and they move quick. I don't blame her. Time waits for no one. And let's move on to the pastry designer, Angela Simmons. She did a maternity shoot looking real fierce. It's real creative. I really like it. But wasn't she a virgin? I could have sworn she said she was a virgin because on that show, Growing Up in Hip Hop or Hip Hop Kids, Growing Up in Hip Hop, that's what it's called. She was on there with Master P. They're both producers on the show. And she said that she likes Master P and she's a virgin. And she said this clear as day on the show. I am a virgin. And then out of nowhere, she is pregnant. These hoes be acting up. Like, girl, why act like you a virgin? Nobody cares. First off, we already knew you weren't a virgin because you're always taking naked photo shoots. Okay, which is your business. You're a grown-ass woman. Do it as you please. But now you're pregnant. Are you the Virgin Mary? Like, girl. And the baby pop out of nowhere. And now she getting married to some ex-felon, they say. And I think they already got married. She probably lied to say they married because she look like a little liar. Like, she lie about stupid stuff that nobody cares about. Like, during this time of day and age, like, people don't care. You had a baby out of wedlock. Who cares? Raise that baby and keep it moving. And don't lie about being a virgin. That's so, 16 years old. It's so, nice 16 years old. That is real teenage, or I don't know. I thought they did that in the 80s. It's 2016. Moving along. Tika Sumter, she popped out of nowhere. She made her rounds in Baltimore, Maryland, and some of them. And she's Preggos. By who? Everybody keeps trying to figure out who's her baby father. Because she ain't married. So who's her baby daddy? It's none of my business because I ain't taking care of the baby. So, congratulations, boo. She's so pretty. Her skin is glowing. Her skin's always glowing. But her movie Southside, which is a story about how Barack, my president, Mr. Barack Obama, and Miss Fine-ass Michelle Obama, FLOTUS, get it right, how they met and fell in love. Black love, y'all. It's so beautiful. It hits theaters August 26th. Now, I want to see this movie, but I honestly thought it was going to be on a movie made for TV. I didn't know it was going to be in theaters. I don't know how this movie going to do. Okay, but I mean, I do want to see the movie, but I thought it was going to be on TV. I didn't know how to spend a coin to see it. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. We gotta support. Support. I don't know. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining me in the tea party. Thank you for accepting my invitation. And make sure you subscribe.